This is Prep Period, an all-sports podcast by the Ventura County Star and the people at VCS Preps.
Hello and welcome to episode 28 of Prep Period, the Ventura County Stars All Preps, All Sports podcast. My name is Dominic Massimino. He is Joe Curley. We are sports reporters here at the Ventura County Star. Just had to mute my other laptop that was playing my voice back to me. Joe, how are you doing? 28 episodes in. I'm keeping track.
Doing good. Very excited to cover something that's never existed before. There's always, when you do this as long as we have, there's always a first, and firsts are fun. And we are going to have a first this week, something I've been waiting, let's say 18 years. I think it's 18 years I've been waiting since CIF state play has existed in the sport of soccer. There has never been a state championship game. So we have never had a team play for a literal state championship. We've when teams have won the regionals, like Westlake did on Saturday, it's kind of been like, go ahead, put state on your rings because there is no state championship. But now you get to play for it for real. And so it's super exciting. We're going to have an all Westlake High girl soccer podcast today because it's the number one story of the week, the number one story in town.
Yes, sir.
And it's a lot of fun. And So let's just quickly go over the Division II regional final on Saturday at Westlake on the brand new surface with the brand new lights that are in development there. But 95 minutes of scoreless soccer, although really a lot of one-way action between Westlake and San Diego Westview. Westlake was by far the dominant team. The San Diego team had a chance in the very opening couple minutes on a near breakaway, and the defense got back in time to turn her away and snuff out that chance. And then they had a period of pressure right before overtime ended. Goalkeeper Sierra Spencer made maybe the one tough save she had to make all night. We'll ask her about that briefly. Right at the very end, last kick of the game, and then penalty kicks 4-1 for 3-1 for Westlake on penalty kicks. Grace Wetzel, Cece Chawana, and Sydney Wise convert from the spot for the Warriors, but the key moment was goalkeeper Sierra Spencer saving the initial Westview penalty, diving to her left. Those of you that know soccer know that the very first penalty is the most important one statistically. The team that goes first wins about 65% of the time. And what happens on that first PK, a lot of the times is kind of like the foreshadowing PK of what's going to happen because it puts pressure on depending on what happened. And Sierra was the one that put the pressure on to make that save, and Westview responded kind of how you expect. They converted the second one, but they hit the bar on the third one and then missed wide on the fourth one, and Westlake got to celebrate. They are going to play Danville, San Ramon Valley for the D2 state championship March 13th, which is Friday at Natomas High in Sacramento. 5:30 p.m. kickoff. It's going to be on NFHS. If you don't want to make the trip, we will also have a live blog like we did on Saturday. A lot of people tuned in for the live blog, so that'll be a lot of fun. So essentially the Morani League champions have gone further than any team has ever gone before because never been able to go this far. It was the very first year
Pioneering.
of the extra round of CIF state play, the fourth round of CIF state play, and I'm really looking forward to it. I've said for years that baseball, softball, and soccer needed to add that extra round in Fresno. This is not in Fresno. This is in Sacramento. So I can't, it's not, we'll see how this goes. We'll talk to Coach Frank Marino about that.
Joe,
in a second. But
can you give me your quick thoughts as somebody who didn't watch this game and has not had the privilege of watching the Warriors play this season? I mean, just tell me a little bit about how Westlake soccer looks without KK Chuana amongst their ranks. Like, what was kind of the difference, during this game?
well, I had a conversation um, after Westlake fell in the Division One semifinal, um, ahead of the state play, where I was told that KK was not going to play in the state and that her season was over. And I, the tone of the conversation was like, this run is over because, obviously Westlake's a very good team. They've been to the sectional semifinals, I think 5 or 6 years in a row. Frank can correct that in a second. They've been a phenomenal program that's gone very far. But KK, when you have a player like KK Chawana over the last 4 years, she becomes pivotal. She's the link between the midfield and the attack. She's the clutch player that sets up, she takes the set pieces and puts the ball on frame. They beat Oaks Christian in the essentially the de facto Marmani League Championship game because of a ball she put on frame that a teammate was able to run onto and pop in as a rebound. Um, and so she's just so important. And so what they've been able to do last week um, was phenomenal because they adapted their play. They've become, there was some talk about them being more defensive. They've just been dominant defense. The period. I mean, they did not give up a ton of chances, and they had a ton, they had a bunch of half chances. There was a couple real chances. So they're not, I think it's obvious when you lose your best player, your best attacking player, you're not going to be the same team. But I think the phenomenal job that Coach Marino and the experienced players over there, they've adapted, and they're not the team that they were during the regular season. This is Westlake 2.0, and it has been enough to get this far. And now you're in the final. You just got to win one game. You don't even have to win it. You just got to get to PKs and let Sierra do the rest. So
make it sound very easy as
it's not
somebody like the two of us who gets to be on the sidelines.
Yeah, they're playing a great team in a big. There's going to be a lot that goes into it, I'm sure. But it's just one event. Now you get there. Now you have a shot. And that's all that matters. So the easy do stat of the week. Westlake High girls soccer had never won a CIF state playoff game before last week. And CC Chihuahua, 2 goals, gets them to the final, and then they win a scoreless draw or advance via penalty kicks. And we've got both head coach Frank Marino and goalkeeper Sierra Spencer on the line. So Sierra's got to prepare for the banquet tonight, which is something that we'll talk about. So let's get her in and going. You can unmute yourself, Sierra. Just congratulations on a phenomenal year, even before the postseason. Obviously, winning Marmani League, which is one of the best leagues in the state, with some of the best competition in the state, doing what you guys did in the regular season, and then having a nice run in the section. But I don't know, just how does it feel to know that you have one high school soccer game left and it's a game that nobody's ever had the opportunity to play before?
Hold on.
Feels amazing.
Hold on
Okay,
a second.
Frank.
Hold on. Let's not forget, Sierra Spencer was the Marmani League Defensive Player of the Year.
Drop that in there.
Okay.
Drop that in there.
No, it felt amazing though, especially being a senior and like the last year, like winning the whole thing. It really meant a lot, and it was really nice, like my whole team coming together, like doing it just for everyone. It was really cool. It was a really good experience too. Yes.
And you've had a long, distinguished career of high school soccer. Just what have you taken from your experience playing high school soccer? We've seen through the years, it's gone back and forth where, there was a time when you had to play development academy and you didn't play high school soccer. And then there was a time where, when ECNL came along that you could play both. And, I know you guys play a lot of soccer, you play a lot of different levels of soccer, but what has playing for your high school given you these last few years?
Definitely a lot of friendships. I've got most of my friendships from high school soccer, and especially like just like helping the little ones out is really fun, and like just kind of giving them like a heads up on like what they're, gonna expect these next 4 years. It's a really nice thing actually. I really enjoy it. So yeah.
So it's been a little while since you've conceded a goal. You went the entire CIF state playoffs so far without conceding, and
I didn't even
just
do that.
how has that, um, just how have you guys been so good defensively? Um, you know, just bring me through this last week. You essentially had a week's worth of shutouts.
Yeah, well, like you were saying, like about KK not being here, I think it honestly like just made our defense come together and like our whole team come together and like just be really strong because we don't have our top goal scorer. So it's kind of all we had was like the only kind of thing we had was our defense. Like we just really had to come together and just shut it all out, and that's exactly what we did. So I think that's the main reason we've got as far as we have.
I mean, one of the cool things about the way I think your roster's constructed is you're not a team with 20 seniors. You have some very influential seniors. You
Yeah,
have some really interesting freshmen. You've got, sophomores. I mean, you've got there's contributors at all levels.
yeah,
I don't know, just what's it like having being able to watch somebody like Cece, step into her sister's shadow and have the type of week that she had. And you've got
yeah.
you've got the same thing with one of your freshman defenders, who's the younger sister of a well-known athlete locally.
It's honestly amazing, especially KK, because I've known her my whole life, and then just to see like her little sister come in and like do the same exact thing she did, it's really nice to see. And same with everybody. All the freshmen have stepped up this year and done so well. Like we only have three seniors on our team. Our whole team is freshman and sophomore, some junior. So it's really cool like to watch the freshmen play and like really like play their heart out on the field. And yeah, it's really cool to watch.
Yeah.
That's
So
gonna
so you were asking, you're talking a lot about Sierra and some of the defensive stuff. Um, and Sierra made a great comment about working with the younger players. She's one of our captains. She's been absolutely incredible in just taking them under her wing, teaching them the ropes, supporting them. And I will tell you, if you come to one of our games and you can listen, she is talking to her back line and her team almost the entire game. She communicates, she's there, she's helping, and stuff. So I can't say enough about not only what she's done as a player, but what she's done as a leader.
yeah. And
She's
then
trying to rejoin. She's getting an error, so I'm told her to click rejoin. We'll see what happens.
and then it physically too. I mean, she's not the biggest keeper, but she's quick, she's smart, she's reactive, she makes clutch saves. Like, you rarely see her make a mistake. I mean, certainly she's a college level keeper.
She 100% is, and she's gonna play at a high level in college, in my opinion. Um, she's got every tool possible. She she's not super tall, but let me tell you, she is ultra athletic. She can jump, she can get to every high ball. She's
Mhm.
great with her feet. She can build up in possession. Um, she's got everything you look for in a goalkeeper, Sierra has. From a leadership standpoint, from a shot stopping standpoint, from an athleticism standpoint, from a hand standpoint. Um, she's one of the best keepers we've ever had. And it showed this last week. It showed throughout the season. We don't win the game against Thousand Oaks High School early in the season and even get to this point without her playing that game. She literally won us that game with some of the stops that she made in that game. As you said, she made the save late in the game on Saturday. And then just her ability to read the PK. She was on that PK,
Yeah.
knew exactly where it was going in her mind, and she made a great stop. And as you said, statistically, stopping that penalty kick is huge to
Yeah.
winning the PKs, especially if we can make our first one, which we did. So,
Right.
if you can get the miss and make on the first one, you're in a really good spot in most cases.
So backing up a little bit, I mean, you guys have been, what is it, five straight section
Six
semifinals in a row?
straight, six
Six now.
straight. Yeah.
You've had a lot of good teams win a lot of playoff games, but how do you put into words that this is the group that has gotten you this far?
She's here. Um, this group has a special bond, I would say. But the other thing I would say is they're blue collar and gritty. They they just find a way to win. They never give up. Some of the plays we've made on in the box, on the end line, blocking shots, um, just winning 50-50 battles, winning tackles. Um, this group has the intangibles. We can play some good soccer, but we also we can play some ugly soccer, be gritty and blue collar, and find a way to win the game. So we kind of have the ability to play multiple ways, which really makes a huge difference. But Sierra missed a lot of what I just said about her, but she's been
She can subscribe.
She can
Sorry,
subscribe.
it's my phone temperature got
Yeah,
too
no,
hot.
she can subscribe, but she's been incredible, and I mean that with all my heart from just her play over the 4 years, but her leadership this year has been above and beyond what I expected and been tremendous. The younger players look up to her, and her ability during the games to influence the game in a positive way.
Sierra.
So, Sierra,
Oh, sorry. Go
when
ahead.
we lost, or go ahead, Don.
Yeah, I was just gonna say one of the things that Coach was talking about when we lost you. One of the many nice things your coach is saying about you was talking about that first PK and just how well you read it. And I figure we all want to hear from you. Just like, what were you thinking in that moment? As the Westview players getting ready to take that first PK, and knowing all the pressure that you had on you in that moment.
Well, in the moment, like even before, like right when she started walking up, I knew which way I was gonna go because majority of players go to my left, their right. So I was like, I'm just gonna go for it, like whatever. But and like I saw how she like backed up for the PK. I was like, yeah, she's going to the left. So I just like automatically knew where she was going, and it felt amazing to set the tone for the whole team. And like again, like right after when Grace scored the banger, like I knew we were gonna win. I knew we had it.
Uh, well, before we lost you, I was asking you just about how, as a senior, I know all the local seniors in the Conejo Valley District wanted to play on their home fields this year, and the fields
Yeah.
are being refurbished, and that was kind of a controversial deal. But like, you guys played so long that you were able to have that week on your home field. Like, how cool was that to like that it lasted that long that you got to be back on the field and be the first team to play on that field?
It was so cool. I think it was meant to be honest. Like it was so, in our senior year too. It was just like it all just fell into place so perfectly, and I was just so grateful we got to play on like our home field one more last time. It was really nice.
Maddie ruined it. One sec.
Oh, we didn't hear the dog, Joe. You're all good. Yeah. Joe and I are always. I wish I could turn my computer apparatus to see the dog sleeping next to me. You know what? I am gonna do it. Come here, dog. Got the husky. The husky taking his nap. Joe, what were you saying?
Forgot she was there.
I'm clipping you showing your dog. I'm putting that on Instagram.
Anything for clicks, dude. But yeah, you guys, Westlake has had, a ton of really good teams in a row, has been really close to a win like that, a run like this. And I find it, I can't even find the word. I don't know if it's poetic or ironic or, I don't know how to describe the fact that you lose your best outfield player, to an international call up, and now is when this happens. But I think you saying that it's meant to be. I mean, that may be the only way to describe it, or the only way to make sense of it. That you guys can, Westlake continued to knock on the door, and this was the year it was answered, and it just happens to be the first year that they've introduced the state championship, and you guys get to go. Are you taking a bus? Are we flying? What's the
Taking a bus.
Oh, that'll be
Taking
sure.
a bus. Yeah.
Sure, the music. You got to charge up the
I know.
charge up the speakers.
It's gonna be like 6 hours of straight music.
That is awesome.
I've done many interviews with on those buses where the uh, that is in the background. I was talking to Javi Figueroa, the Del Sol coach, after they lost their CIF championship game 2 weekends ago, and he goes, "Well, you could hear them celebrating in the background even though they lost." And I was like, "Well, they're in good spirits." And he was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
So they were all singing along to the music. I'm sure you guys are going to have a very very memorable trip there and back. But and then let's see, Frank, so coach, talking about the extension of the state tournament, I know you guys haven't had a lot of before this year happy memories of state tournament trips. But it's been a long wait to have this game. I don't know, when you heard about it, did you like it? What do you think that having this extra, I know it adds a week to the season, which is, an issue, but I don't know, what are your opinions about CIF state for soccer and how this is rolled out?
I mean, I think it's cool that they're having an actual state championship. I love that we've accomplished, the most we could accomplish in any other year. But, obviously getting to play against the best team in Northern California is going to be cool. And I think it's cool to have a true state champion, besides all this extra stuff messing up my life and my travel and everything else. I'm excited. And I feel like for us, once KK left, everything we've gotten here has been bonus. But the way
Yeah.
Sierra and the rest of the group has just stepped up and found a way just speaks volumes for our team. It's truly been a team. We've had great players, and we have a great player in KK, but who's won us a ton of games. But at the end of the day, we're a team, and our team has come through in these last 3 games, and they have found a way. And I'm not betting against us on Saturday either. I mean, or Friday. I'm not betting against us. I mean, the truth is, I've been saying all along, it kind of feels a lot like a run when I was here at Cal Lutheran. We lost our 3 best players before the national championship game, 3 of our best players before the national championship game, and we still won the game. So, to me,
Wow.
anything can happen on any given day. And, I truly believe that. So, we got Sydney Wise. Sydney Wise is making
I
a
just
guest
saw her at
appearance.
the mall. That's too
We got
funny.
Sydney,
Put
who
Sydney in
scored
your
the
passenger seat.
yeah, Sydney, get in here, get her
Put her in
in
the
there.
This
passenger
is
seat.
Get her
awesome.
in.
I
It's okay. We'll
love
be
it.
Syd-
two-stepping.
Yeah,
Sydney,
explain it to her while we talk.
yeah, let's talk about Sydney for a second. Sydney, who was
Yeah.
playing up top
That
early in the
is too
season,
random.
who we moved to outside back, has been absolutely incredible at outside back. I mean, her recovery ability, even
Yeah.
when she gets beat, is unbelievable. And then she stepped up and scored the third PK in the game on Saturday. So I couldn't be more proud of Sydney. Sydney needs to jump on here. She should be proud of herself
Yeah.
with what she's done all year long. But her play in the back since we've moved her back there has been unbelievable. Sydney,
Sydney,
ready
you
to
hear
answer a
us?
question? Here we go.
Thank you.
We, yeah, I asked you on Saturday, just, what has it taken, for this team to do what you guys did last week without KK? And, just tell me about this back four, how you guys have come together and protected Sierra and been so dominant in the playoffs.
Honestly, we're just really connected, I think, just not just as like teammates, just in general, but um, we're just really locked in, I guess. Um, yeah, honestly, I don't know.
And
Very
you do a lot of
locked.
you do a lot of work defensively. You also do a lot of work connecting forward. As a fullback, are you, is he was talking about how you were playing up front earlier in the year? How has it been, moving around the field and, are you comfortable back there as a fullback?
Yeah, I think I've really grown into it, and I kind of learned to love the position. Um, I've kind of because since I know how to be a forward, I know how to get up. So I can still be a forward, but also
Yeah.
be a defender at the same time.
Yeah, fullback's a sneaky attacking position, right? The great attacks have really, really strong two-way fullbacks that can defend and contribute going forward. And it's part of what you guys have been able to do. And I think is the back four, is it
Sydney.
senior
Oh, sorry, I think
It's
I'm
senior. Is it senior, junior, sophomore, freshman?
gonna.
No.
Sid's a sophomore.
Sid's a
Declan's a
sophomore.
freshman. You're a junior?
No,
I was gonna
it's
say.
me, sophomore. Haley's a freshman. Mia's a
Oh, Haley.
junior, and Declan's a freshman.
So there's no senior.
Wow.
No.
We
We
lost
had-
our whole back line last year.
Our whole back line
Everybody.
was gone.
Yeah.
All four. This is a brand new back line with 2 freshmen in it.
Wow.
Wow.
Let's quickly. I hinted at Declan. Declan's the younger sister of the former basketball star
Yeah.
for
Yes.
Westlake, who Dom knows well,
Mathis Stritz, yeah.
who covers basketball for us. Just what type of player is Declan, and how has she slotted in as a freshman?
Declan's been great this year. Honestly, one of our best defenders, especially like stepping in as a freshman, taking over a senior spot. She had a really big, I don't know what's the word.
Shoes
Yeah,
to
big
fill.
spot to fill. Yes. Yes, and she did it amazingly. So yeah, I'm really proud of Declan and what she's accomplished this year.
And then Haley, another. Yeah, they've both been
Haley's been
phenomenal.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Haley's been amazing. She's like ran up the field, almost got us goal opportunities. She's been amazing this year. I'm really proud of her as well.
Now that
And
we
she
have
had that
you,
great game.
now
Right.
that we have you both here, Coach was just talking, while you were out, Sierra, about the communication and about how much you're talking with your back line throughout the game. Like,
Yeah.
how big is that? Is a question for both of you. I mean, how big is that communication for what you guys have been able to do defensively, just locking down these teams?
Want to try
Yeah.
it first?
Yeah, you can go.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're the one. I'm the one. I'm talking to you, but I guess my communication, I think, has helped a lot with the team, just organizing them because I know it's new for them, and trying like they've never played with each other before, so it's hard for them to really like. I don't want to say connect as players in the beginning. I'm sure it was hard, so I think my communication helped a lot with that and just making them like feel comfortable on the field and guiding them through the field.
And
Yeah.
communicating keeps you in the game when, like you said the
yeah.
other day, you were bored.
Yeah.
You had so
Yeah.
little to do, but you have to stay in the game because you never know,
No, yeah, it really
when
does.
someone's going to rip a shot.
Yeah, it really does. It's the only thing that keeps me zoned in, or else I start busting out dancing on the fields.
Sydney, what are your emotions? I mean, obviously it's early in the week, but has it hit you that you're going to be playing for a state championship on Friday yet?
Not yet, but like I'm just like really excited. Like we've never made it this far, and just to be able to have the opportunity to play in it is crazy.
But
Yeah.
But now we know the answer to the question, what does the Westlake girls soccer team do in preparation for a state championship? They hit the Oaks Mall. That's
Yeah,
what we did.
yeah. I know.
It's
literally
the-
just
it's
started
ba- it's
thinking that. I was like,
banquet.
no way.
It's banquet night. They're trying to get ready for the banquet, so we're good. But
Yeah, we're searching for dresses.
But-
Did you come here
I
for a
need to get my
dress?
shoes.
Oh,
I
she need to get
dress
shoes. Yeah, she came for shoes.
But that shows you how when you are playing beyond your banquet, that's when you know you've had a ridiculous season.
Yeah,
yes,
literally. Yeah.
And then Frankie, you were mentioning a little bit about your CLU team. One of the last questions I had for you was just, you have big game state, the national championship match experience, with your Eagles. Are there any lessons that you can take from that national championship experience and that will help you on Friday? Anything that you learned from that game that you'll put into motion this week?
yeah. I think the biggest thing for me is this is bonus house money, extra, win or lose. I'm proud of the group. I trust the group to find a way to win the game. I trust them to be great defensively. I trust them to do their things, to do everything that they do well. I'm not worried. Like to me, we go in and it's bonus. And if we approach it that way and we're not overly stressed about the big moment that it is to win a state championship, and we just go out and be us, we have a great chance of winning the game. And I think that was the biggest lesson I learned along the last one. It's kind of this week. We lost KK, and I'm like, this is bonus. Whatever happens, happens. Let's go out and enjoy it. Have a great time. We have great players still there, and I trust them to get the job done. I mean, you mentioned Declan's done a great job defensively. They mentioned Haley Johnson, who, in the CIF playoffs shut down a player going to Cal. Like just the ability of these players, whether they're freshmen, sophomores, juniors, or seniors, to do their role and play well has been incredible. So no matter the level of who we're playing against, and we're playing some great players, we're going to be fine. Our players can step up and do what they need to do. And we just got to enjoy the moment. I think that's the biggest thing. Not stress about it, just enjoy it and take that approach to it, win or lose.
All right. Well, we appreciate it. Good luck. I'll probably see you at practice tomorrow to do a little bit more work. Uh, you can watch the game on NFHS. Follow all our live updates on vcstar.com, the app, the website, VCS Preps on social. And good luck tonight at the banquet. Have fun. And we
Thank
appreciate
you.
your time, guys.
Thank you. One thing before they go.
Thank you guys for having me.
Hey, Sarah, hang on. One thing. We didn't get to mention Mia Pappas, who
Sorry,
was the
Frank.
fourth.
Sorry.
One man.
No, she's the fourth player back there, the junior. She's had an unbelievable year too. I mean, she's been incredible and kind of stepped into center back by accident. We had a player missing that was out of the country, and I moved her from playing in the holding mid to the center back. And after she played that game against Cleveland, I think it was, and we beat Cleveland, who's a strong team. We left her there because she was that good at that position. And so I want to give her credit too. I mean, the back line and Sierra, I mean, we give them all credit, but the fact that we've gone through these playoff games, I think we gave up 3 goals in the entire CIF playoffs, including state. That's incredible. So
6 matches.
Yeah, credit to our players and credit to them.
All right. You guys celebrate yourself tonight and then finish the job on Friday. We'll talk to you guys. Safe trip to Sac.
See you guys in a couple hours.
Bye. Thank you guys.
Thank you guys.
Dude, how great is that?
That's
Bye,
awesome.
Frank. Sydney's just walking by.
Yeah, literally couldn't script it better. We didn't script it, I swear.
No. But I love it. I mean, that's it's so great that they're there at the mall getting ready for their banquet. Let's just quickly update a couple non-high school news here. So we have big NFL news this week. There's I believe they call it the legal tampering period before the start of the new season, the new league year. We've had 3 locals have some news about where they're playing next year. It started on Monday when Jalen Watson, the 3-time Super Bowl appearance making cornerback for the Kansas City Chiefs, 2-time Super Bowl champion, former Ventura College All-American, one of the leaders of that Pirates team that played for the state championship in 2018 against Laney College in an absolutely incredible football game. They're down 23-0 and actually had the ball at the end of the game with a chance to win. So very memorable team, one of the great Pirates teams of all time. He signs a $51 million contract with the Los Angeles Rams, which means he's coming back to Southern California, which means we have another local on the Rams, which is always fun. He joins Colby Parkinson. He's in the tradition of Troy Hill, right? Where Troy Hill from St. Bonaventure, now the St. Bonaventure head coach, was with the Rams recently, played in a Super Bowl himself with the Rams. And so Jalen Watson, who has been a phenomenal part of those Patrick Mahomes championship winning teams, is now a Ram. So that's some really big news. And then like an hour after that, we got the news that Michael Pittman, who was the Stars co-player of the year in 2015, we had such an incredible offensive season in 2015 that we didn't name a defensive player of the year. We had to name 2 offensive players.
Wow.
Because Jake Constantine of Camarillo broke the county record for touchdown passes in a season, and Michael Pittman was literally the state player of the year from Max Preps and all these different, you had to pick both of them. And so Pittman had 24 touchdown catches with Oaks, playing in the old, I believe, the Pac-5, which was essentially the open Division 1 back then. He has been the Colts' best receiver for his 6 years in the NFL. after having a great career at USC. He was traded to the Steelers when the Colts gave Alec Pierce the biggest free agent contract in NFL history for a receiver, and to open up cap space, they moved Michael to the Steelers. And the Steelers promptly gave him a 3-year, $59 million deal. And the cool thing about that was Mike tweeted out that his wife Kiana had just had a dream about him in a Steelers uniform. So the leads write themselves, Tom.
You love when
Go to
that happens.
VCStar.com and check out the lead that I came up with out of that bit of news. And then since you know this third guy personally, why don't you give us the third bit of news, which posted to the website about an hour ago?
Yeah, news came yesterday. We were talking, I can't remember how many episodes ago, but about Alex Singleton, how he wanted to, you done reporting, he wants to stay in Denver. He wants to, keep playing there. And he got his wish yesterday on March 9th. Signed a 2-year, $15.5 million free agent contract to stay with the Broncos, stay in Denver, $11 million guaranteed. This is, coming after such a crazy, year and a half, I guess it's been. He has a kid. He has knee reconstruction surgery. He had a diagnosis of testicular cancer diagnosis that happened in the middle of the season. He comes back from. He plays after it. So kind of a happy ending to such a crazy year for him.
Yeah, an unbelievable story, and really an underrated player in the middle of the team last year. That was probably the best defensive team in football. He's just really a modern linebacker. He's not, your old school Big Mike who, is physical and just, blows up the running game. He's, a really fleet of foot, agile player who can both make tackles in the middle of a defense and defend the pass. It's part of the reason why he made the NFL, because he was in Calgary. He was the defensive player of the year in the CFL, in a league where you have to be able to defend the pass because they only have 3 downs and they throw the ball on first and second and then punt on third. So yeah, just congratulations to all 3 of those players, for signing their free agent contracts and continuing to live out their dream in the NFL, and to show every football player that we cover in Ventura County that it is possible, to get there. I mean, Alex Singleton was somebody who was, part of the reason his story is so great is he was not, if you go and search our archives for Alex Singleton when he was a junior and a senior,
You can't find a lot.
he was, he wasn't the defensive player of the year. He wasn't the Michael Pittman. He was somebody who grinded at Montana State and then went to the CFL and then proved he could play. He could make an NFL roster, and then proved he could start in the league and carve out 7 years and come back from a torn ACL and come back from beating cancer. There's going to be a movie made someday.
Yeah.
It's that level of story.
Fun
anyway.
background. When I was going to cover his camp last summer. I was familiar with the player, but I was like, just for kicks before I went out there, I brought up some Alex Singleton highlights, and yeah, seeing him drop back into pass protection, make great plays back there, and then also just lay down some big hits on running backs and that kind of thing. Just a really fun player to watch and cool to see after everything that's happened, like you said, for him to get his payday. $125.5 million total between those 3 deals.
Not bad, let's keep it going. Hopefully we get some other locals signing and, continuing to generate some generational wealth. Speaking of guys who are going to generate some generational wealth, I've had a couple baseball things here for the last couple of weeks that we will update as the spring season goes on. But I just want to mention, make sure you follow the University of Texas baseball team. Dylan Volantis, the lefty from Westlake, he was voted the freshman of the year by Baseball America in college baseball. Last year, I watched him pitch against his very first start of the season against UC Davis. where he threw 6 no-hit innings. I mean, he's a future, hopefully, first round pick in the MLB draft. Brady Hewitt, the freshman from Royal, is killing it as the starting shortstop for Fresno State. Trotter Enright is the starting shortstop at Long Beach State. He's the sophomore from Camarillo that was part of the team that won CIF with the Scorpions a couple years ago. And Jacob Galloway, who's a Harvard Westlake kid, but he's from Camarillo. He's the senior catcher for Oregon State, who's been killing it for the Beavers. And we know catcher at Oregon State is has had a lot of players go pro, from that spot recently. So it's kind of like, the number 55 at USC or quarterback at Alabama or whatever. Like, if you're the catcher at Oregon State, you've got a chance to be a pro. And Jabe Calloway certainly does. Other guys I've noticed, Cam Fawcett, the freshman from Newbury Park, already made his pitching debut for USC. And there's been a couple locals that I just saw on Pepperdine. Josh Woodworth, who we know well, the freshman from Ventura, he's made his collegiate baseball debut for the Waves, and Johnny Backus, who was a really important part of that Westlake team that had Volantis 2 years ago. That was the best team in Ventura County. He transferred from Michigan to Pepperdine, so he's back home. So check them out if you're going to go down and see the Waves. They got a bunch of locals playing for them. So we'll do a lot of college and pro baseball going forward. There's a lot of notes from spring training. John Peck, the former Westlake, the Moore Park High and Pepperdine infielder, he just homered yesterday off Shane McClanahan, the stud pitcher for the Rays. So he's a farmhand for the Tigers, but could potentially maybe make his major league debut this year, if not next year. So he's somebody who is in, and the Tigers have a ton of infield prospects. So it shows you just how well he's done so far in his minor league career, that he's already up there playing in spring training with the Tigers, with the big club. So
it's so cool seeing, especially in baseball, just the kind of great teams looking back before my time here, like Backus and Volantis for Westlake, and then all those guys from that incredible TO team back in the day who are in the A's organization. Like it's a fun way of looking back and kind of getting an idea of what some of these legendary teams were of the last 5-10 years. Pretty sick.
Yeah, I mean the A's are like Team Ventura County, because the whole left side hopefully will be TO kids. The Wilson really ingrained himself as a major league player last year at shortstop, and then Max Muncy, he's been playing third next to him in spring. So that's as we get through, and then don't forget, we should mention Dom and I are working on our all county stuff. We'll have our all county stuff hopefully by the end of the week. Those will start rolling out for you, our winter all county. So obviously we'll have coverage later this week of Westlake High girls soccer. I'll advance the game. We'll cover the game. There'll be live updates of the game. From there, we'll have all county come the 7 winter sports. We'll have our players of the year and our bios. If we have some time, maybe we could do some video interviews. That'll be fun. And then it's spring season, baby. We got to get our rankings going. I guess that would just be me, unless you want to do some volleyball rankings. But
yeah,
baseball and softball
big
rankings, I promise,
rankings
next week. So let's go. And part of that will be updating everyone on how locals are doing at spring training and in the early stages of college baseball. And then also, if you're not busy this week, I think BC and OC have a series. Ventura College and Oxnard College playing each other, I believe, in their WSC series. So a lot going on. It was a lot of fun, kind of chaotic. So thank you for, rolling with the punches a little bit with Westlake, but that was worth it. That was so fun.
Totally. Awesome. Yeah, full speed ahead, guys. Stay tuned here. We got everything for you, so keep tuning in. Till next time, Joe.
Good job, Dom.
It comes down to this for Thousand Oaks in their season. It is a gift to Martin. Martin gets the first down and more. It's a nice little screen to the left-hand side. One play, and see ya later. Caldera dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Oxnard. What a fitting way to end that run. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. 10. drive. Touchdown.